All right, I'm going live. All right, what's up, guys? Anybody in here yet? Leave a comment. Let me know you can hear me. Just type something in the chat. Let me know that there's somebody in here. That I'm coming through okay with audio. I just need one person to confirm. Of course, there's only one person in here right now. Very lonely place right now. Give a chance for you guys to jump in. All right, I might have to wait a few. Always happens like this. I'll be back in one moment. No, I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm just going to sit here and wait. Anybody in here yet? Come on, guys. I know you're out there. You're coming. Takes this notification a while to get out there for people. Anybody in the chat? Needs one person in that chat, and I'm going to start rolling. Just let me know you can hear my audio and it sounds good. Make sure this audio is working. Anybody hear me? Can you hear me? Type it into the chat. All right, there we go. We got Rod Dobson. Hello. What's up? All right, what's up, Rod? All right. Got somebody in here. Give a couple minutes. Let some people jump in here. Hey, Rod. This video, I mainly want to just go over. I just wanted to be like a free for all where we all can just chat about whatever. I want to run through my usual about HEX and all what's going on with the current market. It's getting kind of scary out there. I really see a recession coming. Hard times coming for a lot of people. All right. All right, Rod says I'm good. I got 2 views. Well, I guess, hey, it's 5:03. It's time to get started. But yeah, anyway, this video, guys, just want to talk about what's going on with the market right now. It's getting a little scary. I'm not necessarily scared, but I am also aware of the situation, and the decisions I make moving forward will be with the thought that there is a recession coming. That recession is going to cause a ripple effect into the crypto market, because the crypto market is, no matter what you heard, it's a high risk investment. But right now, before we go into that, let's just take a quick look over here at the market right now. We got Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 38,000, 282. Ethereum's at 2,807. Yeah, let's go to the coins. Make it easier. There we go. It's not looking too bad. It could be looking so much worse. And this is the part that has me kind of confused right now, comparing it to the previous market, because we've been in a bear market for quite a while now. And if this is as bad as it's going to get in the 30s, I mean, I consider that a victory for cryptocurrency. But I got a funny feeling the dip's going to be a lot more substantial than this. And I just want everybody to start preparing themselves financially. I'm starting to see some YouTubers, crypto YouTubers, talk about it. I'm seeing it on the financial reports, the business, then the newspaper, newspapers, what? On the news websites. And yeah, I've lived through a lot of recessions. I'm 46, and it's always the same. And you can see it coming. If it's really good times, the bad times are going to follow. So with that said, please, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Just take a second, hit that like button. That like button will cause YouTube to present this live chat to more people. And we get some guys in here. Just get a little discussion going. Yeah, so let's just dive right in. I'm gonna keep telling people to hit that like button because it's super, super important. All right, so we're gonna dive straight in here. This first article, well, no, it's not an article. This is the USDebtClock.org. It gives a real powerful view of what's going on. Now, this is just for the U.S., but the problem is it's not just the U.S. And I have an article that I'm gonna go over in a little bit to support that statement. This recession is coming. The debt's out of control. It's really scary times, guys. Like you can literally just watch this just tick higher and higher and higher every day, and it's very depressing actually. And there's a world debt clock too, by the way, guys. First article that I wanted to talk about was stocks imploded in April. What's ahead for May? All right. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average posted the worst April since 1970, down 8.8% and 4.9% respectively. The Nasdaq Composite's 13.2% drop was the most since April of 2000, as tracked by Dow Jones Market Data Group. It was a catastrophe, James Bianco, President Bianco Research LLC, told Fox Business. The markets are starting to come to realization that the Fed is going to be very aggressive, he added. Bianco predicts policymakers will hike rates 50 basis points at every meeting this year, including this week on Wednesday, with the possibility of even a larger hike at one of the two of those meetings later this year. Guys, this is like huge. This is like huge, scary, huge, because it's about to get really rough really fast. And as these interest rates rise, what happens is, like in the 80s, the early 80s, I was a kid. I was a very young kid actually. But I remember it was like all the movies, a ton of movies. It was always farmers losing their farms because they couldn't afford to keep their farms anymore. And I remember my dad and my best friend's dad talking about interest rates. Like, you know, when we were in our early 20s, whatever, they were like, oh, interest rates back then were like 10%, 10 to 15 for a house. I mean, we will fall over, had a heart attack. Like, those newer generations wouldn't believe how high interest rates are going to go. It's not if they're going to go; they are going to go that high. There's no way really around it. Nothing's free, and there's no cash. I mean, all that money they printed, we're now going to pay the piper, and it's not just we're not going to use the word. I don't want them to shut down my site, but it wasn't just that epidemic, but it was just it's been years and years of kicking the can down the road, and unfortunately, it's time that we have to start paying for it. But yeah, so stock market's being hit. Stock market. Now, this is why I'm talking about the stock market right now. Cryptocurrency is high risk. So, what do you do when when recession kicks in, when times get tough? You start selling anything that's high risk, and you pull to stuff that you feel are safe. Traditionally, well, it's bonds, but I'm not really sure how bonds work right now with the interest rates and all, because interest rates were also high. I remember as a kid, a savings bank was offering. It was high. It was like 8 or 10%. It was high, guys. It was really high, but it will blow your mind compared to what we receive now. They want you to be excited about a 0.5%. But yeah. So you got to remember, cryptocurrency is just high risk. And oof. All right, another thing I want to talk about here is a recession on the way. What data says about the economy? Experts are debating mixed signals about the state of the economy. Sky high inflation, rising interest rates, falling home purchases. Analysts are working to digest a host of signals about the state of the U.S. economy, which emerged from epidemic recession stronger than anyone could have believed. This week, those alarming trends collided in another major data point showing U.S. growth domestic product shrink in the first quarter of 2022. Still, many economists believe a formal recession, the economy going into recession for 2 consecutive quarters, is not imminent. This is noise, not signal, wrote Ian Shepardson, chief economist of Pantheon Macroeconomics Research Group of the GDP data, in a note to his clients. The economy is not falling into recession. That sentiment was echoed by Bill Adams, chief economist at Commercial Bank, who noted in a tweet that consumer spending, investment, and job growth remain healthy. Guys, this is this kind of stuff I'm talking about here. Like, when you go to the grocery store, you see. Like, I just got done complaining at my wife because I was like, I want more food kept in the house, right? And I was like, do you need more money in the budget? And she's like, well, yeah. And then she starts saying what gone up in price. She used eggs. Eggs for us have gone up basically 200% or damn sight close to it. And so I make a decent living. Actually, it was 300%. And, well, she takes care of the family. And it's just the people the recession is starting to hit, and everybody sees it. The gas prices, the food costs, inflation in general is out of control. They're going to start increasing interest rates to bring the inflation back under control. I got an article from Europe on that. That one's a really scary one. Yeah, and here they are. They're putting up smokescreen because what they want to do is they need you to keep spending money. But what people do when they see hard times coming is they stop spending money. The government wants you to spend your money to keep the economy rolling. That's why in the past they did stimulus packages, and they did work. But it's coming to a point now where they can't give away more free money for stimulus packages. So here we are. Now, let's jump over here to this article right here. Recession fears are mounting. Here's how to protect your money. There you go. Warnings of potential recessions aren't surprising given how many tip wires there are in today's economy. A push by the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates and combat high inflation, supply chain shortages, an ongoing global health crisis, and of course a geopolitical earthquake caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which is also threatening to create a world food crisis. I didn't even talk about that. I haven't brought up the Ukraine war in a while. That's huge by itself. Even if the U.S. doesn't fall into a recession, and there are signs it may not, there are plenty of economic headwinds that could have potentially negative effects on your finances. Here are ways to assess your situation and guard against losses. With ultra-low unemployment and plenty of openings, it's job seekers' market right now. But if there's a recession, that could change quickly. So make hay while you can. If you are not working or looking for a better position, now would be a good time to take advantage of the very strong job market and lock in positions. That's very good advice, actually. Cash in on a housing boom. If you've been on a fence about selling your home, now might be the time to make the leap. The housing market has been on a tear with a year-over-year prices at up 19.8% in February, according to the latest S&P CoreLogic Case Shiller Home Price Report. Okay, cover your near-term cash needs. Having liquid assets to cover your near-term cover you in emergencies or severe market downturns is always a good idea. That's where cryptocurrency comes into play. That's when people start taking away from the high risk stuff. Don't trade on the headlines. Yes, do not listen to the headlines, guys. But yeah, there's another article. Basically goes on and on. I'm not going to sit here and read the article, bore you guys away. You guys will all leave and not listen to me. So, but and this is the last article I really wanted to cover about the state of our economy. And please, guys, get this chat rolling. You got any questions, concerns, comments, tips about any projects? Hit me up in there, please. Bank of England duty bound to trigger recession to curb inflation. Ex-official policymakers must shrink the UK economy to limit upward pressure on prices made worse by Brexit. Wow. All right, Britain's central bank policymakers are duty bound when they meet this week to push the UK into recession to cap rising inflation, a former Bank of England official has said. Adam Posen, who runs Washington-based think tank the Peterson Institute, said that while the Bank of England would not want workers to lose their jobs, it should hike interest rates now to squeeze out inflation pressures made by Brexit trade and immigration restrictions. Wow, guys. So, I mean, if anything sums up our situation, it's that. That's pretty scary stuff. What do you guys think? Leave it. Hey, come on, get some. Where's this chat at? Nobody's chatting. All right, guys. All right, well, right now we're going to jump into some technical analysis. I'm gonna run through my normal hexagon technical analysis here, and then I'm just going to go on a random tangent. You have any questions, suggestions, thoughts, tips? I love crypto tips. Hit me up. I do want you guys to start being really careful where you choose to invest, though, because the pullback is going to be extreme. All right, Bitcoin. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin real quick, guys. Bitcoin on the this is a 4-hour chart because I was looking at before I got started. All right, so right now we got Bitcoin here. Bitcoin, the 20-day moving average is riding under the 100-day. Then there's a 50, and then there's the 200. There is a nice crossover for the 50-day, but the 20 days on the bottom, that is not good. The MACD is showing Bitcoin as being bearish currently. Now we look at the 4-hour chart. Bitcoin is currently, let's see what we got here. The Bitcoin moving average here, Bitcoin is currently, it looks horrible, to tell you the truth. 20-day moving average at the bottom, 50-day next up, 100-day, and then the 200-day. It looks a little bit better than the daily chart, but not much, guys. The MACD right here has the Bitcoin looking very bearish right now. Very, very bearish. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over to the next chart here. The moving average exponential, or the exponential moving average, you'll see that Bitcoin is 100% bearish right now. If you go to the 4-hour chart, you'll see that Bitcoin is also still bearish. It is starting to wick up into the bands, but that is nothing at all to be excited about there. It looks very similar to this morning. Bitcoin on a daily chart has what the Ichimoku, which goes out to the 26th. Remember, this Ichimoku goes out very far in advance, so this goes out to May 26th. And you're going to see the Ichimoku chart is saying that Bitcoin is currently bullish. It will be going to a bullish trend and then bearish. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart, it has Bitcoin just being completely bearish. The market cipher chart, my cheap version, right here says that on a daily chart for Bitcoin right now is bearish, and then a bearish continuation, another bearish continuation. There's nothing really going on with Bitcoin but a continuous downtrend. Now, on the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin looks actually a little bit worse, but not much better. It's a change from previous trend, bearish continuation, a short signal, and just a downtrend there. All right, now we'll jump over to here. All right, well, now the Bollinger Bands is indicating that Bitcoin is currently oversold still, and RSI also is stating that it's oversold on the daily chart. The fear and greed indicators kind of has a neutral, which is potentially a good thing. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart here, we have Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin moving up a little bit closer to the neutral, but still definitely oversold. And RSI is also indicating oversold. All right, guys. Now, this is why a lot of you are here, my fellow Hexicans. Hex has so much going on right now, and there's some exciting stuff. Pulse Chain should be going mainnet between now and hopefully May 15th. You know, it might be May 20th or 25th. But the one thing that's for sure is that we are about to see Pulse Chain go live, and this is going to be huge. I think when Pulse Chain goes live, it's going to have a very big ripple effect across the whole crypto market, because everybody's going to get a copy of whatever they had at their Ether wallet, you know, the MetaMask wallets or etc. They're going to use that copy on their Pulse wallet, and it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out. I myself think, like Hex, I think Hex is going to spike up in value personally, but I think that once the event happens, Hex is going to make a significant pullback for a little while. And Richard Hart said this a while back, because Hex is you're going to have EHEX and PHEX, and that's definitely going to have a significant effect. Oh, wait, we got some comments. I got to jump to my comments before we do the Hex. Let's see. We got a lot of speculation on the initial price of PulseX and PHEX. What's your thoughts? And if there's a pump, how soon will it come? And how long will it last? Thanks. Really enjoy your content. Thank you. All right. I think that the Pulse price, when it goes live, matter of fact, I bet you that I'm going to get my little calculator up here. That's an awesome question. Who is that? Crypto CPT. And thank you, Crypto CPT, for joining. Make sure you hit that like button, bud. Or ma'am. So my theory with this is, do y'all see me typing away here? Good. You can't see me typing. I don't want y'all to see this part. Nope, you can't see it. Yes, you can. All right. So that's going to be messy. My theory for Hex will be about 0.00015. If that's not what my mistake is. It's 0.00015. And what you can do is, what I did was, you can go to your sacrifice, and then you'll look at your sacrifice total. All right. And then, knowing Richard Hart, he's going to say we want to start off at 0. Correct. But at the same time, I think Richard Hart's going to want to start off at 0, somewhat near what your initial investment was. So here's my trusty calculator here. Is it working? There we go. All right, here we go. All right, so let me do my numbers here real quick. That was a great question. Of course, this calculator is so fancy, it doesn't want to cooperate right now. Oh, here we go. All right, there it is. All right, bear with me. Make sure my totals are right. Nope, it's off a little bit. So yeah, my totals, it's not quite 100,015. It's more like, no, that's way off. Hold on. Man, I should have had this ready because this is a good question. Times 0.0012. No. You know what? I'm wrong. I'm sticking with the 0.0001, roughly. Be carefully. All right. Let's see here. All right, so let's look at the hex right here. Hope that makes sense to you. I was trying to get the numbers. I didn't get it. I didn't have it ready. I wish I had it ready for you. So we're gonna look at hex real quick. Where hex is currently. The VPVR. That's that red line right here that the chart drew out, and it has that its main support will be right here at 0.125. I have the support line drawn a little bit lower at like 12.13, which is close enough. But regardless, I hope it doesn't drop past that. It can. I mean, it can come down to 10 cents and go back down to 8 cents again. I hope we don't venture back into that range. It's going to really suck. The support up here is currently sitting on roughly 15 cents. Hex is currently at, where is it at? 16 cents. Now, the support up here, which it did get knocked down by, was at 1988. It was kind of disappointing. I was hoping it was going to blow right past that, but nope. It got knocked right back down. But so be it. Now, if we look at this on the 4-hour chart, it should roughly come in. Nah, let's leave it the daily chart. All right, so we're going to jump over here to the moving average chart, and you'll see that Hex has been doing good things moving average-wise. On a daily chart, the 20-day moving average has crossed over the 50-day. That's huge. And it is approaching 100-day. Well, if you look at this on the 4-hour range, you'll see that Hex is actually 50-day has crossed over the 100 and the 200, and the 20-day is sailing by itself. The MACD does have it currently being a little bearish, but no concerns there. I think Hex still looks good, even though, and honestly, this pullback that it's doing currently is a healthy pullback because you don't want anything to go straight up. Anything going straight up to the sky is not good, guys. Exponential moving average here. You got Hex on the daily chart. It looks great. It's perfect. It's perfect for the daily chart. The 4-hour chart, it's even better. But the 4-hour chart, actually, this morning, it was starting to dip down into the bands, and it's still there. So Hex should hold, but don't be surprised if it doesn't dip in. We're going to have to look at this at the 2-hour chart range. Yes. Okay, Hex is right now right in that middle zone. So Hex possibly, now remember, this is a 2-hour chart. It's very volatile, but Hex possibly can dip beneath the exponential moving average. I'm just hoping it doesn't, guys. It's kind of depressing. I like to see it go straight up. But yeah, I'm pretty, like I said before, though, my prediction for Hex is about 14 cents. I have a fib in here, some Fibonacci. I think it said the same thing. Ichimoku for Hex, I don't really trust it right now. I got to stop using it because there's just a lot going on with Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain is going to change everything. Who's this? Dave Gomez. Hit the like button, everyone. Thanks, Dave. And Waba, thank Waba the legend. Thank you for joining also. All right. Bollinger Bands. Woo. Not, yeah, they're awesome. Hex is overbought like there's no tomorrow. RSI, overbought. Fear and Greed Indicator, super greedy. 4-hour chart, same. 4-hour chart actually has it neutral, moved into the neutral territory, and it's not greedy, it's fearful. So something to think about there with Hex. So yeah, I think Hex is going to pull back towards 14 cents at the end of the day. And speaking of the Fear and Greed Indicator, remember what Warren Buffett says. Be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. Now, there's a lot of people being greedy with cryptocurrency right now because everybody wants to get rich quick. So, my advice to all you fellow Hexicans or just guys out there watching the Retro Crypto channel, be very fearful right now with the markets. Be very careful because there's just a lot of greed floating around. Not people aren't. There's a lot of projects. They're just like there's more projects coming out than anybody could possibly keep up with. And the thing is, there's really good ones, but then there's a lot of garbage too. So you got to be really careful. And that goes for NFTs and everything. I know a guy that's technically inclined. He's a real bright young man, and he created his own NFTs. Like, and it looked good. It was like the real deal. But then I'm like, you're not an artist. you know what I mean? You do this just for fun, just for kicks, and people are buying it, and they're paying good money for it. And he laughs because he knows that chances are they're not going to be anything in the future, but they're buying them now. So just be careful with the NFTs. Like, I did buy NFT though. I did buy the Snoop Dogg release one. I paid like 150, 175 ADA for it. But that's one with the Clay Nation. Like, I bought it was a larger one, something that has a chance as time goes on. But all these projects that aren't backed, aren't just like Charles Hoskinson actually did a commercial with this one. You know what I mean? The one I got. Just be careful. I think that what I'm saying makes sense. If not, I tried. All right. Hex with the market cipher chart on a daily is super bullish on that daily chart. My market cipher chart on a 4-hour chart, Hex is looking very bearish, and it's doing a bit of a pullback. And this is a short signal here. Okay, Hex with the Fibonacci retracement right now. The 60 going from the bottom up because it's on an uptrend right now. The 61.8 puts it at 13.5 cents roughly. Whereas I said 14 cents, so 14 cents, 13.5 cents. Oh, it's all the same thing. But I wouldn't jump in right now and buy Hex. But Hex any day now can go parabolic because the one thing that's for sure is that Pulse Chain is going to go live. All right. Now, before I talk about Hedron, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, tips, ideas, projects I haven't heard about yet. Like, I was in a live stream and somebody told me about Park City. Never would have heard about it. Please hit me up in the comments here. And also make sure you guys all hit that like button. All right. Hedron. Let's talk about Hedron. Hedron, as usual, is a disappointment to me. I'm not a big fan of Hedron. Let's go ahead and take this. Let's take out the Ichimoku for Hedron because it's not going to tell us anything. Look at this. Hedron's just been on a constant downtrend. It has finally started to level out here. So what I'm hoping is that this right here is going to be the bottom for Hedron. And this downward trend for Hedron, which has been continuous. It's been on a continuous downward trend, and you can map it out quite endless. Seem easily. And we got to break this downtrend, guys. It's just a continuous downtrend. It has not gotten much better. But what I do believe is that Hedron, to some degree, has now don't quote me on this, but to some degree, I do think that Hedron has started to level off in so many words, whereas it is not dropping nowhere near as quickly as it was before. As you can see right there, it's kind of like bouncing in between this bottom support line and here, and it's not really doing anything. And I don't think it's going to go much lower. I would to buy some today, like I said I was going to, and as usual, damn Ethereum, the fees. It wanted $50-something. I said I'm not paying $50-something. I'm not doing it. I'll just wait. So disappointed in Ethereum. I'm so sick of watching different personalities push Ethereum like it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it doesn't even work. But I'll get off my little high horse. That's just the way I feel, though. But yeah, I think Hedron where it is right now is a good spot to buy it. I don't think it's going to be going much lower, and I think it's going to be holding there for a while. And I think what Hedron actually is waiting for is actually adoption. And the true adoption for Hedron won't really take effect until people start taking out loans. And In order to take a loan out against your Hedron, you actually have to create a staking instance within the Hedron platform, which your stake still resides within the HEX contract, but you can't take a loan out against it unless you do it through the Hedron, basically. And once these loans start, everybody's going to do the 5 3 fives. Everybody's going to 4 fives. I'm sorry, everybody's going to do the 4 fives, and it would be dumb not to, so you could take a loan against it. And it's just a matter of being patient. But I do think that Hedron's going to be a big player. I did not go with Maximus yesterday. My reason for not going with Maximus was more so age related. I hate to say it. Hold on. Let me give you a feel for my age right here. This is my age, you know what I'm saying? I got a Kangol, 46 years old. I think it's hotness. Old head look, I guess. You know what I mean? But that's me. So Maximus is 40. It's great. It's great. It's the concept of it is great because you'll have all the people who did Maximus. It's like you take full advantage of the 5 stake, and you can still access it by you have access to it. But I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable with it because if I was 30, 35, even 40, I probably would have went for it. But I don't know. I just wasn't sure. I feel comfortable staking it directly through their HEX and all, but I just didn't feel comfortable with Maximus. I don't know. I wonder how many of you guys did Maximus. Did any of y'all do Maximus? Do you research projects and NFTs? Dragonia NFT have partnered with indigenous-led organizations to fight for respect of indigenous rights at government level. Is that on Cardano? Dragonia NFT? I think I have heard of that one, possibly. Sorry, I was reading. And thank you, Coral466, for putting it up there. I'll look at it. I mean, I like anything crypto. Anything crypto, you guys in the comment, we take a peek at it. Why not? It's a nice Sunday here. It's a little rainy here on the East Coast, Northeast Coast. We got the same look. We got the same look. Lots of projects popping up. Be careful. Also, Richard Hart released a video advising to be careful with all the airdrops. Some can steal your crypto. Yes, some can definitely steal your crypto with the airdrops. You have to be super careful. What was it? Pulse Dogecoin. I did not take advantage of it first. I was very reluctant. I didn't feel comfortable. And then I kept hearing about different people getting it and, flipping it, trading it, whatever. So Pulse Dogecoin did a tweet about, look at all the dummies who turned down this free money. So I was like, hey, I'm no dummy. So I took and did it one day before I went to work, came home for my wife, and I was like, hey, guess what? I made a quick $600 today. She's like, what? No, actually it was $500. She was like, what? And I was like, yeah. All I did was blah, 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 blah. And I converted right over on Uniswap to HEX. And so I'm good. So, yeah. So, by the way, if you guys if they're still doing the airdrop for Pulse Dogecoin, it's safe. It's good. Go get that free money. I think right now I don't know what I have right now. Right now I have like $600 worth, roughly. So you definitely want to jump on that. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Back over here. I kind of went off when I forgot. I lost my place. What was I talking about? Oh, Hedron. Yeah. So I feel comfortable buying Hedron right here. I'll be claiming mine when ETH gas fees go down. Yeah, I actually, when I claimed it, the fees weren't too bad. It was like $15, maybe $20. But I was like, free money. If I was willing to spend $20, $25 for like a free like $500. You get, And who's this? David Gomez. What's up, Gomez? All right, there we go. All right, let's jump over to Hedron right here with the moving averages. Not really much here to look at, guys. The 20-day and the 50-day are just plain Twizzlers. A lot of Twizzlers these days. The MACD is showing it slightly bullish. Hedron did go up just a hair the other day. Wasn't nothing special. Let me see if we get this on an hourly chart. Yeah, all right. So Hedron on the 26th. It did spike up a little bit recently, but you're talking minuscule. Nothing to be excited about. Nothing at all, in my opinion. Pulse Doge. Now, you guys know I love Pulse Doge. I drew this trend line in the other day, and Pulse Doge actually slipped underneath of this trend line. So because it did not stay on top of this trend line and go upward, and it went underneath, I consider Pulse Doge to be bearish right now. Now, it's not really doing a hell of a lot. It's just sitting in the same zone. It's sitting right here at the support level of, what does that say? Like 0.01226. So basically a penny and a quarter. And it's just sitting there. It's not really doing anything. It's been the same half a penny range for quite some time. But do not forget, in the fall, when we all thought Pulse Doge was going to, Pulse Chain was going to kick off like September, October, and it never did. Pulse Doge shot up to like 10 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents. Every time I try to look at this particular site, it doesn't come up right, but it shot up to like 8 or 10 cents. It was impressive. It was quite impressive. So with that in mind, don't give up hope on Pulse Doge. I think that this one's going to be a real player and you'll be able to make a few bucks. So it's not going to make you rich. Well, it can make you rich, but I'm not putting that much risk into it. All right, Pulse Doge, Fib retracement is not going to really tell us much. Only thing Fib going downward is going to tell us is that until it crosses over 0.016, a penny and a half till it crosses that point, it will remain bearish as far as I'm concerned. This is a, okay. All right, this is P33. All right, guys, all you guys out there with P33, I'm sorry. This was such a freaking disappointment. FreePulse.io, the creators of FreePulse.io, I believe it is. Nope, that's not FreePulse. Uh-oh. Let me get this right here. All right, so the creators of FreePulse.io created, let's see if this comes up here. Ah, I hate these. Do you guys hate these? These are so annoying. All right. All right. So the creators of FreePulse.io, and let me see, we get this over where I want it. All right. They created P33. So you knew that it was legit and it was safe to play around with. And it's just been on a continuous downtrend, guys. It's been on a vicious downtrend, and it really hasn't done anything positive. So yesterday I drew a trend line, which it did break over top of it, but it meant nothing because I then drew a secondary wedge here, and it dropped right back down. And I wouldn't buy it. I would watch it, but P33 I think is not a success story currently. Now, some people made a hell of a penny on a quick flip if they sold it in time. But for the most part, I think a lot of people are losing money on this. Which, you got to remember, you don't lose until you sell. So just be patient. Which is PLSD, definitely quick money. Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right. All right, now, FreePulse.io. If you guys don't know about this, it's pretty cool. It's going to be a faucet. Once Pulse Chain goes live, this has been out for like, it feels like forever. I know it was out in the fall at least. FreePulse.io, you can basically it's a faucet. So every day you'll come in here. It already did the thing for me where it runs through the lotto, and then it'll come up with how much pulse you won. So right now it just paid me out 1 pulse. So right now this is a joke. Sure, it's not, what's 1 pulse, right? But what happens if pulse starts to really go up in value, significant value? This faucet becomes a big deal. So, you know, every 2 hours, I believe, you can log in. You'll be able to log in here. It'll do this little lottery thing, and you'll get awarded 1 pulse to your wallet. And you can right now play with it on the free net, and it's safe. It's definitely safe. You can refer to people and get a referral credit. What is that? And you can earn a generous commissions by referring users to FreePulse.io. 50% of all free claim and 1% of all bets. And I guess once it is up and running, you'll do the faucet. You'll have a faucet where you can make money, or you can come in here and gamble. And it's not letting me gamble though. I know I can't do that. All right, crash. About mine. It's not letting me show you the gambling for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway. So, I did a video on this already. It's kind of cool. It's good to know about. It's good to tell your friends about that are curious about Pulse Chain. Oh, wait. I'm at least 18. Duh. Okay. All right. So, I think a lot of people are claiming and then dumping for Hex or just selling. Um, oh yeah. I agree. Crypto CPT. So yeah, so like, do I have any in my wallet? Cause I started gambling. I lost all my money. No, I still don't have enough. But it's because it's a minimum of 100, and I really like doing the mines. The mines was fun. The multiply. I don't know. I started gambling, so I don't like it as much. But I'm going to take a full advantage of the faucet. Full advantage of the faucet. And if you guys want to check it out, use my link so I get some credit. Anyway, yeah, there's a link in the video though. Let's see here. So yeah, I don't like P33. Be careful with it, but I do not think it's a hustle. It's just not enough people dump money into liquidity to pump it up. The website for P33 was very specific about this, but the liquidity is just not there. But say if everybody was to get together and just drop in, like I think it's like only like $30,000 worth more of liquidity, and it was skyrocketing in value. All right, let's jump over here. All right, Hedrograph, H bar. Oh, this is for a friend of mine. I was seeing if he was on here. I don't think he's on here right now, though. I'm going to do that later. All right, so before I start going on tangent talking about other stuff like Cardano or whatever, because I do love Cardano, guys. What would you guys like to talk? Oh, here's an article. I missed one article. This article is very important to me. Solana. We got to talk about Solana. I hate Solana, guys. I mean, it's here. It's going to be here to stay for a while, but I hate it. Now, look, check this out. Solana goes dark for 7 hours as bots swarm Candy Machine NFT minting tool. It wasn't immediately clear how the bot traffic overcame network safeguards. Solana stakeholders rushed to the right the network Saturday night after that one insider called insane amount of data flooded the proof of stake chain, knocking validators out of consensus and grinding still block production. Bots had swarmed the popular NFT minting tool known as Candy Machine earlier Saturday with an unprecedented tsunami of inbound traffic, 4 million transaction requests, and 100 gigabytes of data every second, a record for the network, one source of Solana Foundation said. For reasons not clear yet, this swarm pushed validators out of consensus. Block production became impossible and the network went dark at 4:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. By 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, validators coordinating through Solana's Discord channels and Google Doc created by one of the validators restarted the cluster of at slot whatever. Co-founder Anatoly something, who said he was traveling during much of the Farkas, credited the validator community for spearheading mainnet recovery. He caught flack on Twitter Saturday for allegedly being MIA during the network crisis. Unlike last September 17-hour outage, Saturday's hard fork restart did not resolve with new and improved code population across the validators. They simply picked up where the network flopped 7 hours prior. In preparing for the restart, validators more with whether to implement code that would temporarily block Candy Machine transactions. Some debated in the Discord, blah, 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 blah. Basically, though, Solana crashed again. Again! Like, how many times can Solana crash? I mean, everybody knows it's backed by venture capitalists. Everybody knows it's not truly centralized. I mean, these aren't secrets, and if you don't know, you know now. And yeah, like, how many times can Solana crash, guys? It's absolutely ridiculous. And I actually own some Solana. I really got to get rid of it. Hey, who is this? The Coin Critic. What's up, Coin Critic? Yeah, finally another live. It's been a while. I don't think I'm too good at it, but, you only get better at things if you try, and I try not to be a quitter. Try not to be. All right, I'm going to talk about Cardano. Anything you guys want to talk about? Hex, Cardano, points? Pop up in that comment. Let me know. I'm more than happy to talk about it. I did notice something today, though, with Cardano, because I do like Pavia a lot. It's a true metaverse project on Cardano. There's some cheap plots of land. So this tells me with the NFTs and all pulling back right now, because there is a downtrend currently in their valuation, in popularity. Nothing extreme, but it is going backwards a little bit, which was expected. But these were, bottom line was like 400. Now I see something here for 380 ADA. I mean, if it gets a little cheaper, I might have to snatch one up, because I think Pavia is going to be a serious player. And for you guys that don't know or weren't around back then, Decentraland, Decentraland was well known, like all the way through the bear market, and nobody really cared about it. And when I tried to play around with it, I would get confused, or my computer at the time didn't have enough speed, and it was just because it wasn't set up that great. Um, but yeah, I truly think Pavia is going to be serious. You're doing great. Every hour you are on live, you will improve your flow. Great videos. Keep it going. Please add Paul's Dogecoin charts. Rock and roll. Okay, I will do Paul's Dogecoin chart. Who is that? The Mr. Max. All right, I'll do a Paul's Dogecoin chart. I'll get that ready to go so I don't forget about it. That's funny. I don't even know what's going to come up on here, though. It probably won't. Let's see. Paul's Dogecoin. Nope. All right, I got a plan. No problems. That's not a problem. All right. Get out of here. There we go. DeFi. Where is it? All right, so we're going to do a Pulse Dogecoin charting. It's a little harder to do charting for Pulse Dogecoin because it's not preset on TradingView. Here we go. But I'll be happy to do it. What do you think of liquid loans? Can I use plain English? I fucked up. Excuse my French. I fucked up. I should have sacrificed to liquid loans. I should have sacrificed about, to be 100% honest, I should have sacrificed about 2,000 US dollars to liquid loan. Maybe 3. I would have been comfortable with that. I really messed up with liquid loans. But that's what I would have did. There was just like so much noise going on at the time, and there was something that turned me off a little bit with liquid loans, and I don't remember what it was. And it was like so innocent, but it turned me off, and I never let go of it. And I should have just let it go because I think liquid loans, because liquid loans is going to provide to Pulse chain holders what Hedron is providing to Hex holders. Like I don't want to sell my Pulse chain, so I think liquid loans it's a solution. A lot of these projects in DeFi, I don't feel they're solutions, so I don't necessarily have like full respect for them. But whereas with liquid loans, it's providing a solution. It's a no question what solution it is, and it's for the website and all. It's pretty user friendly. So, but it is what it is. You don't think it'll go well? Who's that? Coin Critic? All right. I missed the BNB coin, so I don't have a bias for or against either Pulse Doge, but it sure is good for adoption drama. Yeah, adoption drama is good. This message is held for review. Let's see what he says. Liquid ones won't go well. You didn't. Oh, show. Okay. Yeah, Critic. Hopefully I didn't mess up, but I think I should have. I should have went in on liquid loans. Maximus, even if it doesn't go. By the way, this Pulse Dogecoin looks horrible, guys. I just looked at the screen. I mean, it's not a lot of information for it right now, but it is down to, what is that, 21 cents? That's PLSD, right, for the Pulse Dogecoin? If I'm not mistaken, it should be, right? Yeah, that was Pulse Dogecoin. So yeah, it's at 21 cents. It's not too much to chart right now because it's so new. It only goes back to May 22nd, so I really can't chart it. But do you need a chart to see what this is? A heck of a sell-off, guys. So a lot of people, it came on the market, and a lot of guys like me who are Pulse Doge maximalists, which I'm really not. I'm not a maximalist anything, to tell you the truth. Pulse Doge, when this is the original Pulse Doge. This is when it came out last fall, the end of last summer. I think a lot of people just took the Pulse Doge coin, took the money and ran, just like me. It is what it is. But yeah, I really can't chart this one, unfortunately. It kind of sucks. It's just not enough information. I tried though. If I was to swap Hex for Pulse Hex pre-launch, what you think good ratio would be? I can't tell you because I've seen people talk about it. I haven't even considered doing it. I really have not. Yeah, I really haven't even thought about it or considered it. I've seen chatter about it, but because there was like a lot of chat, like, what would you do? How many Pulse X's for one pulse? How many pulses for one pulse? All that stuff. And I just didn't focus on it. I should have. It is. But see, I wasn't kind of late. I wasn't late to it, so I sacrificed for Pulse Chain. I did a handsome amount. I'm very happy with my Pulse Chain amount, and I also sacrificed a handsome amount for Pulse X. So I'm comfortable with the decision I made. I think I'll be rewarded. Like for Pulse X, a lot of people try to pump it up more than it was because Pulse X is, at the end of the day, Pulse X is Uniswap. It's a DEX. It's going to be the biggest DEX on Pulse Chain. It's going to be the cheapest. I'm sure of that. But at the end of the day, it's just a DEX. It does have some burning features and all. I understand it's cool. But Pulse Chain, I mean, Uniswap's cool. Don't get me wrong. PancakeSwap's cool. Don't get me wrong. We can keep going down the list, but none of Muesli Swap or what's it, MinSwap for Cardano. But none of the, you see, you got Binance, Cardano, Layer 1 blockchain, Ethereum, Layer 1 blockchain. It's a layer, this is a blockchain that really matters. So Pulse Chain success is essential. And if Pulse Chain is successful, then Pulse X will be successful. Pulse Doge, I see what we got going on here. Pulse Doge coin started with only 50,000 tokens and a liquidity pool. All inflation is free claims. Impossible to swap HEX for a Pulse X pre-launch. That's, well, people were, no, but people were a coin critic. People were talking about like the what if scenario. Well, not, you're right about pre-launch. You can't do a pre-launch. You could play around with a pre-launch on a test net, but that's not the same. But people were talking about what would they do at launch, you know, because people wish they had this either or. What's your best guess on price of HEX or Pulse Chain and HEX Ethereum around this time next year? Okay. Pulse Chain this time next year, just pulling it out of my arse because I'm completely guessing here. I think Pulse Chain is going to move a lot faster than HEX moved in value because HEX proved that Richard Hart is a real deal. It proved that it's not a scam. So I could see Pulse. I really can't even, honestly, I can't fathom. I really wonder if it's going to be like literally the next Bitcoin. Not as big as Bitcoin, but to see something go from a valuation of 0.0001, which is like a thousandth of a penny, it's nothing. But to skyrocket all the way up to 50 cents, $1. That would be amazing. It would actually be hard to imagine because if it did just run up in value over the course of a year or two to like $1, 50 cents, even a quarter, you realize how many Pulse Chains some of these people are getting, how many you guys probably have. Oh my gosh, it's going to be we're probably, most of us in this chat be rich. It's going to be weird. What are you going to do when you're rich? I want to make a difference. That's what I want to do. I would like to make a difference, but that's me. But anyway, let's see what's good. I'm babbling today. I'm sorry, guys. Pulse X doesn't exist until launch and SAC is closed. Sacrifice is that's over. So if someone's saying you can't swap Pulse X, they are scamming you. Oh, please don't tell me they're doing that. Pull up a chart of ETH and compare the first year long time sideways. All right. All right, we'll pull up a chart of ETH. We'll just do it this way. You want to go, you said the first year? Compare the first year ETH. ETH. All right, we'll drop these hours out, days. I might not go back far enough with days. Oh, there we go. Man, that's not the wrong ETH. That's not the right ETH. Hold on a second. We'll do Coinbase. All right, so we'll pull it back all the way back here. That's far enough. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So so here's ETH. Now, where you want to compare it, critic? So right now we're going to compare Ethereum. So this was all the way back in 2017, 2016 actually. ETH was at roughly, I don't know. It looks like it says negative. It can't be negative. So it was like dollars, like $10 or something. It was like nothing. And if you see Ethereum for that first, when it went live from one, that's not even a year. Hold on, I'm going to get a year from this date here. This is November 2016 to November of 2017. So in 2017, it went up to $315. So it looked like roughly about 317, 308, 320, somewhere around 320. in 1 year exactly from the day that it was being tracked by Coinbase, which it looks like it hit there at about 961. It started at 30 cents. Yeah, I'm using, here we go. It's going back further. There he goes. Yeah, I was using Coinbase. It didn't go back far enough. Regardless, it took off fast. it could, so it scares me, guys. That just, oh my gosh. It actually scares me what could happen. It's kind of amazing. But, yeah, only, it's not really about time. We're going to know in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All right. What else did I want to point out to you guys today? I want to point out Cardano. Cardano currently has 750 projects being built on them right now. I know there's a lot of FUD about Cardano out there on the web. Do not fall for all the FUD. Start picking through this and looking for gems. Now, I'm a Hexican. I love Hex. I really do. And I really respect Richard Hart because he's trying to make a difference. And I truly believe he cares about the average person. But there's still a lot of gems out there to be found, guys. And if you like to dig through and look for gems like I do, Cardano is a place to be looking because Cardano is going to explode. 750 projects being built. Now, these are independent projects. These aren't like the other ecosystems. Some. I don't want to point fingers at some of them, but these are like independent projects being built separately on Cardano. Different companies, different organizations. It's freaking huge, guys. What I've been doing, I still do it. I go and Muesli swap every day, and I go to featured, and then I go to the price change, which today is not updating properly. Go figure. And I just get in here and start looking around to see what's officially on Cardano. Like this was not here on Muesli swap. So like C3, that was on Ethereum. C3 apparently is now being traded on the Cardano blockchain finally. But I'm not sure if it's 100% up and running yet or not. But like C3 right there. What else did I just run across that was here? It helps a lot what the percentages are showing as you're looking through here. But I just dig through here, guys. And every time I see something I kind of like, I've been doing a little bit of research, like ADA DAO. I kind of like the idea. I like this one actually with the DAO. Because I own some of Rat's DAO, which is an NFT DAO. What's going on with this? View website. Great. That figures. When I go to show you something, it doesn't want to work. Oh, there it is. There's Ada DAO. I looked right through here, was looking around, and I was really liking what I saw. So I went ahead and there's a Rat's DAO. And that's why I went ahead and snatched some up for cheap. And I'm really just like kind of building up my coffers on Cardano because all these projects are bottom floor. They're up and running, but Cardano hasn't gone mainstream yet. There's still a lot of FUD. Cardano's gonna be huge, guys. If you can't see that, that's like when people talk about HEX when they would call it a scam, and then Pulse Chain was a scam, then Pulse X is a scam. I mean, you can't everything you hear is a scam. It's not a scam. How I show more pulse on the sacrifice checker than in the wallet. Any thoughts? Thanks. I show more pulse on the sacrifice checker than in my in your wallet. All right. Well, the pulse that's in your wallet, Howard. Have you been playing around with the testnet? Because if you've been playing around the testnet, you could have sold or transferred some of that pulse at some point. But I think that really could have happened there. And thank you for joining, Howard. Also wanted to show you guys this real quick, Cardano Feed. This is a good site, always pumping out information on Cardano. And Proton. Had to talk about Proton. A very close friend of mine, it's actually a relative. He loves this project, Proton. And he loves this project so much. And after listening to, I listened to BitBoy's video earlier today. I'm really going to dive deeper into Proton because they have like a really long-winded intro video. It's like an hour long. I watched half of it. But everything they were talking about in the intro video fell in line with what BitBoy was saying earlier. And really got me thinking. So I'm actually going to be diving deeper, much deeper into Proton. This might be that gem you guys are looking for. But like I said, there's a lot of gems out there. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see. Coin critic. Hey, it's all software. Stick with your beliefs. Respect for standing up for Ada. I left Ada when I couldn't load Shelly after their third attempt in 4 years. Yo, my dude, my lady, ma'am, sorry. Hey, I remember. I remember the first time I loaded Daedalus while on a computer, and everything crashed. It sucked up every bit of memory there was on my computer. I could not believe, and I thought that it was a virus or something was wrong. And then I went, I went on a board and I said something about it doesn't work, and everybody, oh, it works, it works. And I was like, so I left it alone for like 16 hours, and then it loaded. Well, you gotta be freaking kidding me. So no, I understand, respect. I get that one. Yeah, I get you, bud. I get it. But I'm open to updating my world view. Not seeing any competent lead dev on Cardano, and I'm looking up and I'm looking. All right. Now I love Cardano. I hope it. I hope recent. I hope that things change will change your opinion. And I'm going to say in June. June is when, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. They go live. Now, their smart contracts are active now, but it is not the easiest programming for them. But come June, and I forgot the damn name of the upgrade. There's always a name for these freaking upgrades. It's gonna all of it. It goes full blown, full bore, and it's going to explode. So just be ready. Everything does get better with time. Shoot, I remember the first time I tried to transfer a Bitcoin. It was like a 45, it was like a 30-minute to hour and a half, hour and 15-minute event to transfer Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pretty fast, in my opinion, now compared to back then. Nobody talks about it. Just take it for granted. You gotta love how it works. All right. So, anything you guys want to talk about? Right now I'm kind of babbling. Anything here? Any questions? Curiosities? Anything? Give a minute. Yeah, all these software experiments can create the next Einstein. Yep. Yeah. Oh, that was something I want to talk about there. Thanks, Coin Critic. All right, Richard Hart did a interview with like crypto chicks or whatever it is over the week. I think it was Friday. I saw the thing on Twitter, so that's where I watched it at. And if I was sitting down with Richard Hart or had a chance to live stream with Richard Hart with all the bunch, I don't care, female or male YouTubers, the last thing I would want to ask Richard, this right here, is what size is your penis? I thought that was absolutely like classless. And some of the women did also, but they're all in there together, so they kind of start looking around at the floor and stuff. But if you haven't seen that clip, you should go to your Twitter and check that out. I mean, he just went with it because he don't give a crap. He's rich, but it was tasteless. It was absolutely tasteless, and I was like, you have a borderline genius, if not genius. He's definitely borderline. Everybody knows that, and this is what you have to ask him. Seriously? I was just like, I'm done. I'm out. But I was already kind of annoyed with the questions they were asking. So, but maybe that's just women and men. Maybe it's just a difference. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. But yeah, so my hour in. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Um, Please remember to join my Discord. You have any questions, curiosities, whatever, something I may or may not be able to help you with, I could damn sight point you in the right direction. See, I'm not the greatest with memorizing everything, but all I do is watch videos and save links and dig for information and stuff. So, join my Discord. Join my Discord. Ask away. Any questions, any comments. And make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, guys. I don't know. Peace out. And what's up, Coin Cryptic? See how fast Elon implemented the spam stopper by adding reply permission feature. I'm starting to see things I don't like too on Twitter, though. Like I had some nudity stuff popping up. I never had that happen before. But like you said, everything has to advance one way or another. All right. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out of this one. And next time, till next time, if you like the live content,